Thieves targeted the trendy Temescal shopping alley in North Oakland.
It'll happen again, and that the next time the chaos will escalate and injure or kill someone.
Denny's in Oakland served its last meal today. After 54 years, the restaurant shut down for good, citing concerns over crime.
I feel so bad for the city of Oakland because it's like everybody's leaving.
Bad places I've been to in the United States. I don't know if I've ever been to a city that's vastly run down, abandoned, and out of control as Oakland, California. It's a very ugly,
Oakland, California was once a place full of energy and pride. The streets were alive with music and culture. Families worked hard and built strong communities. The port created steady jobs and local businesses offered stability. Oakland was seen as one of the most vibrant and diverse cities in the Bay Area. Today, many people see a very different Oakland. Crime is rising. Schools are struggling to meet the needs of children. Businesses are shutting down. Homeless camps stretch across sidewalks. Families that have lived here for generations are leaving behind the place they once called home. The city that once gave hope is now facing deep challenges. This change has built up over many years. Stable jobs have disappeared. Violence has created fear in neighborhoods. Housing prices have climbed far beyond what working families can pay. Local businesses have moved away, taking opportunities with them. Together, these forces have reshaped Oakland and pushed it into a difficult position. In this video, we will uncover how Oakland, California gets ruined. We will look at its rise, the problems that followed, and the important lessons that can be learned from its experience. Before we begin, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can keep learning about important topics like this one. To understand how Oakland faces problems today, we first need to look at what made it shine in the beginning. Oakland grew quickly because of its location. The Port of Oakland became one of the busiest on the West Coast. Ships carried goods across the Pacific and created thousands of steady jobs. This made the city an important gateway for trade and industry. Oakland was also known for its rich culture. Music filled clubs and streets. Jazz, blues, and later hip-hop gave the city a unique voice. Sports teams like the Raiders, the A's, and the Warriors brought national attention and gave residents pride. Families filled stadiums and celebrated their teams together. The city's diversity was another strength. People from many backgrounds settled here. Immigrants, working families, and professionals all made Oakland home. This mix of cultures created a place filled with creativity, strong traditions, and community life. For much of the 20th century, Oakland was seen as a city of opportunity. People came here to work, to raise families, and to be part of something growing and full of life. But while Oakland rose with energy and success, problems were also forming in the background that would later change everything. As Oakland grew, many families built their lives around stable jobs in shipping, factories, and construction. For decades, these industries gave people steady paychecks and the chance to own homes. The port was busy, factories were hiring, and workers felt secure. But in the second half of the 20th century, the world economy began to change. Manufacturing jobs started leaving the United States. Companies moved factories overseas where labor was cheaper. Work that once supported thousands of Oakland families slowly disappeared. At the same time, new technology changed shipping. Large container ships required fewer workers to load and unload cargo. The Port of Oakland stayed active, but it no longer created the same number of jobs. As industries left the city, unemployment grew. Families that once had stability now struggled to pay bills. With fewer opportunities, many people fell into poverty. Entire neighborhoods that had been strong communities began to decline. The loss of good jobs was one of the first turning points for Oakland. It weakened the economy and created pressure that would lead to more serious problems in the years ahead. When steady jobs began to disappear, the impact on Oakland was not only economic, it also shaped the safety of the city. Unemployment and poverty created stress in many neighborhoods. With fewer opportunities, some people turned to crime as a way to survive. In the 1980s and 1990s, the situation grew worse with the spread of drugs. The crack epidemic hit Oakland hard. Violence between gangs increased and homicides rose sharply. Families who once felt safe in their communities began living with fear. Children grew up hearing gunshots and seeing crime on their own streets. Police struggled to keep up. Trust between law enforcement and residents broke down. Many people felt unprotected while others felt unfairly targeted. The result was a city caught in tension where safety seemed out of reach for many. These years left a lasting mark on Oakland. The rise in crime damaged the city's reputation and pushed more families to leave. It also made it harder to attract businesses and new investment. The cycle of poverty and violence became one of the biggest challenges Oakland would face. As crime and poverty grew in Oakland, many residents looked to city leaders for solutions. But political decisions often made the situation more complicated. Some policies promised improvement, but instead created new problems. Over the years, there were debates on how to manage the police department. Budget cuts reduced resources for public safety, while at the same time, trust between police and communities was already weak. Leaders struggled to find balance, and many neighborhoods felt the effects. Housing policies also played a major role. While development projects aimed to bring new business and investment, they often pushed out long-time residents. Gentrification raised rents and forced families who had lived in Oakland for generations to leave. The city gained new buildings but lost parts of its identity and community. Corruption and mismanagement also damaged trust in local government. Tax money was not always used wisely. Promises were made, but progress was slow. Many residents felt that leaders were disconnected from the real issues facing ordinary people. These governance challenges added another layer to Oakland's decline. Weak leadership and poor planning made it harder to address crime, poverty, and housing. Instead of building solutions, the city often found itself repeating the same struggles. One of the most visible problems Oakland faces today is the housing crisis. As the Bay Area grew more expensive, Oakland became a place where people searched for cheaper homes. Demand increased quickly, but the supply of affordable housing did not keep up. Prices rose and rents climbed higher every year. Many working families who once managed to live comfortably in Oakland found themselves unable to keep up with rising costs. Some moved away while others slipped into homelessness. Tents and makeshift shelters began to appear along streets, under bridges, and in public spaces. For those without housing, the struggle is daily survival. Access to bathrooms, healthcare, and safety is limited. Communities that were already under stress now face the added challenge of visible homelessness on nearly every block. Efforts by the city to solve the crisis have not been enough. Shelters are overcrowded, and affordable housing projects take years to build. Meanwhile, the number of people living outside continues to grow. The housing crisis has become one of the defining issues of Oakland today, and it shows how deeply economic and political problems affect everyday life. As housing costs rose and crime remained a concern, another challenge began to unfold. Businesses that once supported Oakland started leaving. Stores closed their doors as theft and safety concerns grew. Larger companies that had invested in the city decided it was easier to relocate to nearby areas with fewer problems. When businesses leave, jobs disappear. Without work, many residents see little reason to stay. Families who had lived in Oakland for years began moving to other cities where housing was cheaper and life felt safer. This migration left behind empty storefronts and declining neighborhoods. The loss of both businesses and longtime residents creates a cycle that is difficult to break. Fewer businesses mean less tax money for schools, safety, and community programs. Fewer residents mean weaker neighborhoods and less stability. Oakland has felt this cycle deeply, and it continues to shape the city today. Behind every statistic in Oakland, there are real people living through these challenges. Families who once had steady jobs now struggle to make rent. Parents worry about safety as their children walk to school. Seniors who lived in the city their entire lives watch their neighborhoods change around them. For many residents, the decline of Oakland is not just about numbers on a chart. It is about daily experiences. It is about waking up to see tents outside your home or watching a favorite local business close for good. It is about wanting a safe and stable future, yet feeling trapped by problems that seem too large to solve. At the same time, there is resilience. Communities organize food drives, neighbors look out for one another, and local groups push for change. The human side of Oakland is not only about hardship, but also about people who continue to hope and work for a better future. This side of the city shows both the cost of decline and the strength of those who refuse to give up on their home. After everything Oakland has faced, the question remains, can the city recover? The challenges are real, but so is the potential for change. Oakland has a strong location, a rich culture, and people who care deeply about their city. These are powerful strengths that cannot be ignored. Recovery will not be easy. It requires better leadership, smart planning, and investment that supports both growth and fairness. It means creating jobs that stay in the city, building housing people can actually afford, and restoring trust between communities and local government. Change will take time, but history shows that cities can rise after hardship. Oakland's future depends on the choices made today by leaders, businesses, and residents who continue to believe in its potential. As we end this video, remember that Oakland's journey is still being written. What happens next will decide whether the city can move from decline to renewal. Oakland's challenges remind us how quickly a city's future can change and how important it is to learn from these lessons. If you found this video helpful and want to keep exploring topics that reveal the hidden sides of our cities, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more content like this to you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.